It's going to be the Sacramento Kings tonight, 39, 24-1. That is no fluke. That is hard work. And that is you guys coming in here being the sharpest chat I know, bringing winners, bringing the energy. Also, Squad Ride 1, Providence, great. Fuck me. They win games, they cover games. It's fucking annoying. Mikey Over's coming on. Might have changed the vibes. Maybe that'll change everything. Maybe I'll be a Providence guy. Maryland out to a fat lead. They have 75 votes already. And we're going to absolutely attack the college basketball card today. Winners only. All right, so we're Mormons tonight. We're going to be soaking with our winnings, okay? And we're 42, 24-1 in squad rides. Wayne Wade alley-ooping it left and right every fucking day. Let's go BYU. We're soaking in the winnings. It starts tonight with Manhattan, +5. The Jaspers, they get it done at home for the squad ride. Let's end the best fucking week we've had on this goddamn show so far, all right? Why not us?
There we go.
+115. Boom. You know why? Because I trust the squad ride and that shit prints. What's going on, ladies and gents? Happy BTL Friday, the best day of the week, episode 253 piece. As always, hold the damn fry, joined by your guys, Javon and Krabs. We have a special guest coming on here in about 2 minutes chat. We got Mikey Overs coming in to talk some PLL. I am so freaking excited. Absolutely jolted out of bed this morning, Javon. I'm sure you felt the same, getting ready to bet the PLL this morning.
Gotta be buzzed. I'm ready.
I'm absolutely jacked up, ready to roll. I've got props. I've got player props. I've got sides, totals, the whole shebang. All right. We're going to get Mikey on here in a moment. Guys, we have an action-packed episode today. We got PLL. We got Red Sox Yankees starting up. We got your Rays versus the freaking Rangers series starting up. Two of the best teams in baseball. NBA Finals Game 4. Absolutely loaded MLB slates. Super excited to dive in and find some winners, chat, okay? But first, have to do an L recap from yesterday real quick. Squad Ride was maybe the worst bet of all time.
Yeah,
maybe the worst play ever. I take full blame. Shit wager. Not a winner. Was never a winner. All right, chat. 2 Squad Ride losses in a row. I like our chances today. I like our chances a lot today. All right? And then we have the head-to-head lineups. Pretty sure Javon's probably up by 100 at this point. Sure. Oh, I'm right there in there. I'm right there, only down 40 points. Sure.
I didn't have anybody play yesterday, so that was your little chance to climb.
I'm going to need a couple grand slams for my guys today. Either way, though, we move. Okay. Chat, let's cut the shit. Let's get our guy Mikey Overs on here, and let's talk some PLL. All right? We're going to call him up here. One moment. Got to get his camera going. As soon as we get that, we're going to go over some winners, chat. All right? I am so freaking stoked. What's a good ML parlay? I'm Ghosty. We could talk about that in a minute. We've got plenty of time to talk baseball throughout today's episode. First, we got to go over some PLL. Okay? Let me set the stage for you guys while we wait for Mikey to get on here. Okay? Both games today, all 4 teams undefeated after the first weekend of the PLL. Chrome versus Archers, game 1. Chat, me, and Shelly are going to be running a stream on his page, on his channel at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be live streaming the game on the Twitch stream because we partner with the PLL, so we're allowed to show the game. So no need for you guys to watch it on your own. All right, tune in. Let's find some winners. I got plenty of props for this game. I got sides, the whole shebang. All right, boys, super excited for this game versus Chrome and Archers. All right, Chrome is a -120 favorite. Lauren says it's always Chrome. Yeah, that's her squad. They're good.
Yeah,
underrated.
I bet.
Yeah, Javon, you're Archers, man. Without Grant Amont, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, no shot. No shot they win with him, right?
Oh, man. No chance. We'll see. This is the best Archers team they've ever had. Okay? Best Archers team they've ever had. Let's bring our guy Mikey up. All right? We're going to talk about this first game. Let's get active. All right? Mikey, what's going on, my man? Oh, he's gone. And he's back.
Gentlemen. No, I'm here. Rough night
What's
last
up,
night.
Beast?
The voice is almost gone, but I'm ready to get after.
Respect.
Still alive, barely breathing. Thanks for coming on today, Javon. I bet. Nice background there.
Slip. My fault.
Was that Jokic?
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't know Jokic played baseball growing up. Holy smokes. Crazy.
That looked like a field in Serbia.
Mikey, we've got a crazy game starting up here at 6 p.m. Eastern, less than 6 hours until the first PLL game of the day today on ESPN+. Chrome versus Archers. How are we feeling with no Grant Amont?
I feel like the easy play is to say the Chrome, and I feel like that's the play that I'm going to go with today. I just feel like Grant's one of those guys that moves the needle a lot for this Archers team. And we were talking to Newbie on my podcast this week, and we were talking about the effect that one player has in the sport of lacrosse and how much they can move the needle. Not to say that the Archers attack without Grant is something to like kick at or be like, oh, there's no way that they could keep this a game. The play might be Archers plus 1.5 because the line is still pretty short for missing their best attacker. But I feel like I'd be comfortable taking the Chrome today.
Yeah, and I don't even bet weird lines in lacrosse. It's all just eye test because they're not trying to be sharp with those lines. They're barely even getting them up. You know what I mean? I will say though, underdogs, as we know, we've talked about this all week. 61 and 31 ATS since the PLL has started, and that is generally a plus 1.5. That's typically what the spreads are at. Sometimes you see some 2.5s in the PLL, but dogs cover, man. If you're betting underdogs, this is the sport for you. And overs went 3-1 this past weekend as well, Mikey. You got a feel on any of the overs for these games today?
Dude, so I was looking at the games today, and to be honest with you, like I don't love any of the overs. I wouldn't mind the Water Dogs over. That was like the only over that I looked at, and I was like, I don't hate that one. This one, I don't necessarily love because if I remember correctly, last week the Chrome gave the Water Dogs quite a battle, and it was low scoring, and it was kind of nitty gritty, kind of like grit your teeth and get out of it. I think it was 8-7 final score, maybe.
Yeah.
So this one, even without Grant as well, I don't love it because the Chrome's attack didn't look like something where you'd be like, oh, they're going to put up a whole lot of goals. My favorite over is the one that Newbie came on and pitched us, and it's the Atlas over. I think that game is going to be goals by the bunches.
100%. And chat, that's the game on Saturday on ABC, prime time. Pretty freaking cool. All right. I like some props in this game as well. But first, I want to talk about Dylan Malloy. I don't know if you've heard, Mikey, what's going on with one of the best players on the Chrome, but he's kind of known as the bad boy of the PLL, apparently, from what I've been hearing. And he missed out on week 1, Mikey, after going to a wedding instead. And apparently the team didn't really care for that. Looks like they left him off the roster again in week 2 after we saw Cross Ferreira fill in for him and absolutely dominates, was the player of the week last week, I think. Had 4 points in that game winner for the Chrome as well. So it seems like he might have gotten his spot taken. This might be, and we'll show the second tweet as well from Dan, which was a little boomerish, I will say, but I wanted your guys' takes on this. The PLL, it's becoming legit, right? These guys don't just roll out of bed anymore and go hit the fields. This is no joke, right? And you will lose your spot to a rookie. And the sport's never been better, especially the young talent as well. So if you want to go to a wedding instead of a game, you're going to lose your spot on the team. And that's what happened to one of the best players in the league, as of right now at least, Malloy, who's still not on the Chrome. But maybe they're in no rush to bring him back with how good their attack looked with the young Cross Ferreira in there,
I can't stand the take missile. I think that's just watching a take missile and then logging off. He's basically just saying that pro lacrosse is like a real sport now.
Take missile, wild.
No, I think it's crazy. It's the most lax bro thing I've ever seen in my life. His buddies were like, dude, it's the PLL, man. Like, just come to the wedding. And he was like, all right, I'll go to the wedding. Like, they're not gonna like kick me off the team or anything. But I agree with his take though, slightly. I think it does show the growth, right? Like, this is now a real league. It's a real, like, there's primetime games. Like, these guys want to win championships. They're getting paid real salaries. So it's like, dude, you can't miss a game for a fucking wedding. You wouldn't 100%. See you wouldn't see any of these guys in the NBA miss games for weddings. You wouldn't see NFL players miss games for weddings. So I think the standard is the standard now in the PLL.
Wouldn't shock me if John Moran missed a wedding, though, honestly.
I was about to say, he was going to be my example. For some reason, it was on the top of my head. I was like, that's the one guy that'd be like, oh, he went to a wedding instead of like a playoff game.
Anybody but him and Zion would be a perfect example. Yeah,
literally. There. Oh, my God. That stuff is crazy.
Tough week for him. But yeah, crazy that they have no need to bring back one of the best scorers in the PLL. I guess they feel pretty good with Cross Ferreira after his first game of his professional career last week with 4 points. Nuts.
Yeah, him and Dixon really had unbelievable weeks for guys in their first games. It looked like they just kind of fit right in. They're playing at the pace, at the speed, and doing things that I don't think anybody really expected them to do. So I love when a first-year guy goes crazy, though. I think it's fun.
100%. 100%. And chat, these teams have not played each other, a ton. The league is still new. It's only a few years old, but the Chrome have never lost to the Archers. Both these teams have been relatively poverty over the years, but I think they both have the best teams they've ever had this season. I know it's a big loss without Grant Amont for the Archers tonight, but these teams are on the come up. And it's going to be tight, right? That +1.5 is probably a good look for the Archers. Javon, your squad.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're very underrated with that offensive attack. Sure, they'll cover +150 or they'll cover the +1.5 like 66% of dogs do in the PLL. It's literally how it goes. There's so much parity in this league. But I like some props in this game. I want to go over them real quick. Brett Dobson under saves for the Archers. He's juiced to -138 on the books. He's up there on Prize Picks as well, chat. We got the saves up there today. Huge.
Let's go.
So I'll be taking his under saves. He had a legacy performance in that first game, 16 saves, 59%. I don't think the young gun Dobson is like that. And it was against the Cannons, who it might as well be us three out there trying to shoot. It's night and day, the Archers attack versus the Cannons attack. And I think
we would be the most underwhelming attack in all of lacrosse history.
I don't think we would score, bro. Straight up, I don't think
so either, dude.
But point is, he's facing a much better offense, who I think will finish more and put ball in net more compared to the Cannons, who were kind of all over the place in that game. Still kept it close, but they are nothing special, unfortunately. Give me that under saves. I like Schreiber more than 1.5 goals. He's -138 on the books. He's up there on Prize Picks. He was a big assist guy last week with Connor Fields and O'Keefe shooting the ball a ton. 23 times this guy shot the ball. But with no Grant Amont this week, I think Schreiber might have to step up in the offense, even as a midfielder, might have to be more involved in that side of the field without their star player. So I like Schreiber, who's juiced on the books, but still there on Prize Picks. And Connor Fields, I also like over goals, over 2. He's over 1.5 on FanDuel. Yeah, he's
love Connor Fields today. Any prop for Connor Fields. And that's my thing too, right? Like I think Chrome money line is going to be my play, but the Archers +1.5, I don't think you could call a bad bet even if you tried, because Connor Fields and O'Keefe aren't two guys that you'd be like, oh, that's all we have up top. Like those are still two guys you'd be like, oh, they're going to go get theirs. You know what I mean? Like regardless of who they're playing.
They bumped up Connor Fields from 2.5. Damn it!
Oh, they did.
They did bump him up.
I put him in a 4-piece gob this morning.
Or no, actually, look at points, or look at goals, not points, and see if he's up there for 2 goals, Josh. I think that's what I was taking, over 2 goals. He's over 1.5 goals at -245 on the book, so at worst, this is going to push, and he was absolutely shooting the rock in that first game. He had 4 goals. I think he steps up, and he's the best player on the field today and gets at least 2, but probably 3 is what I'm looking at there. You guys like any props or anything else in this game? First one?
I loved Fields' points. That was one of the ones that I put in my little gob.
Yeah.
I also don't hate Miles Jones's points this weekend. Was one of my props that I really, really liked. I just feel like this Redwoods team, I know you're a big Redwoods guy.
Yeah.
This Redwoods team, I think, is just going to be very good this year.
I hope so.
I think what they did to the Atlas was, kind of a shock for me, at least, because I didn't think the Redwoods were going to be that great, after last year coming into this year. I know they had some new additions, whatever it is. And I think they're going to come out again and cover the +1.5 and probably win outright, because I really think this Redwoods team is going to be a team that you see championship weekend for sure.
100%. I'm with you. They got heart. They got heart and a lot of really good veterans on that squad to keep the team together. And I know you got to run in 5 minutes, Mikey, so we're going to power through this Water Dogs Redwoods game. That's the second game of the night tonight, chat, on ESPN Plus at 8:30 Eastern. Michael Sowers. Somebody in chat said Sowers at 3.5 after having 1 point last week. Well, I mean, he's one of the best players in the league and had an off week in week 1, shot 1 for 8 in that game. But we know who Michael Sowers is, one of the best players in the league, maybe the most underrated player in the league. And Connor Kelly was the guy who went off last week. I think it's going to be Sowers' turn, and I give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt when he was facing the best goalie in the league last week in Blaze Reardon, who's literally a brick wall. This week, he should have much more opportunities against Kelly, who is more of a middle-tier type goalie for the Redwoods. He was on his head last week, but I don't expect that again. I like Michael Sowers to get over 2 goals easily in this game. He is the best player on the field in that second game tonight by far, and coming off a bad first one. I mean, this guy was 6th in goals last season, and he missed a game. He only played 9 games at a time. Like, he's an absolute dog, so underrated. He doesn't pass, okay? That's why we're taking his goals. He literally doesn't pass. And he's going to bounce back after a terrible week 1.
No, I agree. I agree. That's why I don't mind the over in this game. I feel like the Redwoods offense is something where if the Water Dogs want to win this game, they're going to have to keep pace.
100%.
And the Atlas couldn't. So if the Redwoods are going to get there, so if the Water Dogs win, they keep pace. That's why I think this game probably goes over.
100%. And let's take a peek before you run at these first goal scorers, and then me and Javon will clear
Yes, dude. We were just texting about this morning.
This is electric, chats.
Yeah,
FanDuel is, I mean, they're putting up a ton of props. If you guys want to bet the PLL, check it out. They've got first goal scorers like freaking first basket in the NBA. And I'll tell you what, it's a wild card, okay? I mean, picking this, you got about as good of a chance at throwing a freaking dart at a dartboard with your eyes closed, all right? Who knows who's getting the first goal? Now, you could pick teams who have the better face-off guy because they're probably going to get the possession first if you want to target it that way. And in that case, I don't like Sowers, but he is the guy, and you know he's going to want to get on the board early after a terrible week one. And that offense is much, much better than those 8 goals they put up last week. But it was against the best goal in the league. And I think you're going to see a completely different Water Dogs team. I personally think the Water Dogs win this game. And I hate to say that as a Redwoods fan. I don't hate the Redwoods plus 1.5 at all. We know most of these games ended 1-goal games anyways. But I think Sauer dominates. I would not hate a look for Ryder Garnsey, who's coming off an insane 6-goal game for the Redwoods last week either. I think Earden, this leads into my last prop I like, Earden and the Redwoods to win the first face-off of the game at minus 156 on FanDuel. Look, he held his own against Trevor Baptiste last week. He's the best face-off guy to ever exist. And the Water Dogs respectfully have the worst Fogo in the league with Tucci, who only had 4 Fogo wins last week. I mean, grow up. Give me a break. Earden's going to take his lunch money. He's going to absolutely dominate. They're going to win the first face-off of the game at minus 156. It's juicy. I don't care. They're winning that. That's a winner. Okay.
Do they have race to 3 up for this game? Oh, yes, dude. The race to 3 is
do.
one of my favorite bet, dude. I would nuke the Dogs for race to 3.
Oh, man.
Sure.
I love a race to 3, dude.
I do think the Water Dogs, unfortunately, win this game. I hate to say it as a Woods fan, but I'll probably be on the under in game 2 and potentially the Chrome ML in game 1. Stay posted, chat. All right. Mikey, before you run, any more winners you want to let the people know? Any angles, any PLL players to watch tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a big Atlas fan. I'm all over the Atlas. I don't know if you guys saw my bit on social media, but we're taking a legacy shot at Livy Dunn. So if the Atlas hit, there might be dinner on the table. No, but sorry, fucking voice is chalked.
Just happy you're here, bro.
No, but I feel like this is a bounce back week for the Atlas. Losing to the Redwoods was a tough look. I feel like Jeff Teat never really got going in terms of his scoring. He had 4 assists, which is, something you want to see. But when he's scoring and he's hot, that's when they win. And that's why I became a fan of them last year. He's just so electric to watch. And I feel like this is it's got to be a bounce back game for them. I have their win total at 6.5. I have their future. You can't start 0-2 if you're the Atlas with all the expectation that's on you this year. I mean, you just can't start 0-2. So I love the Atlas in a bounce back spot. They never beat the Whip Snakes, so they're due. Keep that in mind.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
that in mind. They're due. They're due. But yeah, that's probably my play of the weekend is the over in that game as well with Newbie. Our guy Dan Newbie, he loves that over. So I love that over as well. I think there's going to be goals and bunches in that game as well. And then what was the last game? It's Chaos Cannons.
Yeah.
Right? Some kid DM'd me today. He said life on the line, Chaos minus 1.5.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't like taking favorites in this league. I don't like taking, stuff that makes sense all the time. But the Cannons are atrocious, and they're going to get destroyed in that game. 100%. Super hyped on betting Premier Lacrosse this weekend. I'll embrace the Whip Snakes as my team for the season, and I like to propose Mikey to $1,000 wager in this weekend's matchup. He's soft if he doesn't take this bet.
There's no way he just threw a grand wager with me on the Atlas Snakes.
Give me a break.
That's crazy. All right, I'm in.
That's nuts. All right, fine.
All right, fine.
And then real quick, Josh, show the shit talking the Whip Snakes have been doing on Twitter, if you can, to the Atlas before he hops off. Look, they deserve to talk the trash, right? The Whip Snakes own the Atlas. They had a crazy freaking start to the game last year and dominated them right off the rip. And they're chirping them on Twitter.
God, dude. Bring all the smoke, dude. Bring all the smoke.
It was over in the first quarter, they're saying, Mikey. You think the Atlas boys have Twitter accounts and they're seeing these tweets? You think it's going to
Dude, I know they do because my follow request for Jeff Teat has been sitting there for a year. I don't know if he even opens the app anymore, dude.
Brutal.
I requested to follow him last year, still no accept. It's crazy.
That's
Well,
wild.
maybe one day. Maybe they'll get an ML win for you. You'll make $1,000 and you'll get a follow back. That'd be a dream.
Could you imagine what a legacy Saturday that would be?
Need it. Make it happen, my man.
Well, what are your guys' plays of the weekend? Does Javon have some milk he wants to feed me, or like what's good?
Hey, I mean, I've been listening to you guys, but you know, I'm rocking with the guys, man. Archer's plus 1.5.
Yeah,
That's my play for the weekend. We're locking in. Lauren will be in piss. They're gonna win. Let's cut the shit.
I love when Javon says people are gonna be in piss. It kills me.
Unbelievable. I'd say my favorite play of the weekend. It's crazy, but it's the Redwoods to win the first face off. I don't give a hoot. It's done.
Oh, hell yeah,
happened.
Dude.
It's already happened.
Yeah.
I'm
Play
laying
of the day could get chalked with 1 second.
literally a 3-second bet, and I'm here for it. I am here for it, Mikey.
I'm down. I'll actually tail that.
Let's do it, my man. Let's do it.
My bookie doesn't have the line, so I feel like I'm a classic Vegas guy. I got to call in the book. I got my buddy in New Jersey. I'm like, yo. And I literally have like a list of PLL bets every weekend, and I'm like, you got to put this shit in.
Yeah,
so I got to make the call once I'm done with this.
All right, go make the call. All right, have a great weekend. Good luck on your PLL bets this weekend, Mikey, and go Atlas. All right.
All right, boys. Let's have a weekend. Appreciate you.
Good sir. Yes, sir. We'll be seeing. Unbelievable. Who's flashing that zesty picture of Trent up there? Who's flashing that up there? Huh?
Who knows?
Unbelievable. All right, chat. Let's finish going over the PLL for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to dive into some MLB, some NBA talk. All right. Chrome, I think they win. I don't know if they cover. That game sketch. A lot of props I like in that one. We've already went over most of them. Brett Dobson under saves. That's on Prize Picks if you want to take it. Schreiber over goals. That's on Prize Picks. Fields over goals. That's on Prize Picks. And then the Water Dogs game tonight. I love Sowers more than 2 goals on Prize Picks. Please lock that in. Please lock that in. Please lock that in responsibly. And I would say take it with freaking Kincannon over 12.5 saves. That's our guys, Hutton Jackson and Dan Alexander, who Mikey was just talking about, 2 PLL sharps who've been around the block for a while. They absolutely love Kincannon over 12.5 saves. I'd say gun to your head, you need a 2-piece winner in the PLL this weekend. You take Sowers over goals, and you take Kincannon over saves, and you go about your day. That's a 2-for-2 slip. All right?
Seems like air.
Krabs, can you post a med kit for the PLL props? Yes, I can do that this afternoon. Happy to do that. All right? What else, chats? Did I have anything else for the PLL? I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Yep, PLL teams. Chat, there might be a PLL team coming to a city near you next season, all right? If you guys aren't hip, these teams do not have home bases this season, okay? They travel around every weekend to different cities across the country in places where lacrosse is popular. It's smart, honestly, genius. Next year, they're setting home locations, all right? And if you want to vote, it's on their Twitter account. You can find it. You get to pick up to 3. You guys know who I voted for, Maryland, D.C., and Baltimore, obviously. Here's how I think the breakdown is going to work, chat. And we've got 8 teams, okay? I think we get 2 DMV teams, probably a Baltimore, probably a Maryland, I'm assuming. We get 2 in the DMV. You have to. It's the, heart and soul of lacrosse. I think we get an Albany team. That's without a doubt coming. They love lacrosse up there. That's where they have the training camps. I think we get a Long Island team. I think we get a Denver team. Denver's extremely popular. They need some West Coast squads. An LA team, I would 100% expect to get a California team out there. A New York City team, potentially. I don't know. They're already going to have a Long Island team and an Albany team, but maybe an NYC team. And then they got to put somebody up in Canada as well. Some other squads, some other places where you might see some teams. I could see the Charlotte getting a team potentially. It seems like they might want a squad. So if you're in any of those locations, you might be getting a team. Unfortunately, Pega, I don't think you're going to get a team over there in Brazil, but stay posted. You never know. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. All right? And if they don't put the Water Dogs in Annapolis or by the water in Maryland, I am going to freak out. Have to. Absolutely have to, chat. Nashville, maybe. Where the fucking Florida? They're not going to Florida, boys. But if you want to vote and get a team by you, go ahead, check out the PLL Twitter, all right? And the 2 games tonight, the first one's at 6 p.m. Eastern. Me and Shelly are going to fire up a stream, Chrome versus Archers, and then we've got Water Dogs versus my Redwoods, game 2 tonight on ESPN+. All right? Guys, money's green, okay? That's enough PLL talk for one day, but there are winners in that sport. We're finding them. 2-0 weekends, last weekend. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. All right, boys. Redwoods got to be a Cali team, probably. I hate to say it.
Should be.
I hate to say it. Roll Woods. All right. W's. Let's keep moving, chat. Look, I saw this tweet yesterday, and I thought I was literally in a dream or maybe a parallel universe. I don't know. But Joe Girardi, who I haven't heard his name in a minute, Javon, he just got offered a job at the University of Central Florida to be their next head coach. Still waiting to decide. I think we're gonna find out how fat Joe Girardi's pockets really are. If he ends up taking this job or not, if he ends up needing this job or not. You know what I mean? I doubt that he takes it. I think this is almost disrespectful, and he probably feels the same, but you never know. You never know, Javon. You think Joe Girardi manages ever again, and you think he should take this offer? Because he's definitely not getting another offer in the MLB.
Yeah.
No,
I think because I've been talking, I have friends on the team. Don't want to reveal the sources, but
okay.
They've been talking about him coming and making some pretty frequent visits, whether it has to do with trying to meet the team or get familiar with the circumstances or whatever. So I think they're a little further along than it may seem with the reports just coming out, but I don't know how realistic it is for him to actually accept it. I know he's not the only candidate they're looking at. So, I mean, from a UCF standpoint, that would be incredibly cool for him to accept that position. But I don't know if I can see it happening. It'd be great, though. I don't know.
How fat his pocket is? Devin, yeah. Like, is he broke? Does he need a job? Or has he been saving his coins for managing and working on MLB Network? That's my point. All right? He's in the booth for commentating right now. Yeah, he's terrible. I hate him. I want him to take this job so I don't have to see him on TV.
Awful.
He's atrocious. He's got no energy, no heart. All right? What are the lacrosse picks today? Javon probably disagrees on the first game, but I think it's Chrome. And then game 2, I unfortunately think it's probably the Water Dogs, but I don't know if I want to bet against my own team. If I needed a winner today in the PLL, gun to my head, on the books, I'm taking the freaking Water Dogs. They're going to win this game. I hate to say it. The Redwoods look so great in week 1, but we don't even know if they're that team yet. We don't know. Okay, they're supposed to be ass. We'll find out, chat, and we'll recap towards the end as well if you want the place. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. All right. You want to do NBA talk first, or you want to dive into MLB?
Oh, we can talk about the finals real quick.
You want to talk about the finals?
We can talk about the finals.
Awesome. So we talked about it briefly yesterday. Line is still at 3.5. All right. Denver is relatively public, just like they were last game. Maybe a speck less public than Nuggets are on the ML, but nothing crazy. We expected that. We knew they would be public. Okay. Heat plus 3.5. I think that's the play. I'm scared. We're seeing the juice move towards them a little bit here. That's a good sign. I'm seeing a minus 115 for the Heat. Good. Yeah. I would love for that to get back to 3. We saw terrible line movement in game 3. You saw what happened, right? Nuggets played their best fourth quarter game of the playoffs. I freaking bet. I don't care. I think the Heat bounce back, and I'll take Spoelstra to make the right adjustments after seeing a game at home against them and bouncing back and tying the series up potentially at 2-2 before losing the next 2 games.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we saw a lot. I think I mentioned this yesterday. We saw a lot of similar things that we saw in game 2 where, the Heat just basically said, go ahead, Jokic scored 40, scored 50. We'll let everybody else try and beat us. That's kind of what the Nuggets did to the Heat. They stopped over-helping on Jimmy Butler and just decided to get back and get in shooters' faces, and they had one of their worst shooting performances of the entire postseason. So I think a little bit of that is, Jimmy Butler was super aggressive. That's not how this Heat team is going to win. So Eric Spoelstra is going to try and get a lot of different looks for shooters. I think Duncan Robinson is going to play a lot more today. That would be my guess, and that's probably who I'm targeting the most for props. I see he has 1.5 threes up on Prize Picks. I'm not sure what those prices are on the books quite yet, but I think he'll be a little more heavily involved. I think Strus, both defensively and I guess offensively, didn't really get in a rhythm with a lot of the guys that were in his face and the matchups that they generated, not having the help on Jimmy Butler. So I think Duncan Robinson is going to be taking some of those minutes. Gabe Vincent got into foul trouble a little bit, so I think he'll be back and facilitating that offense a little more because Jimmy being aggressive just doesn't work. So I think we see a bounce-back shooting performance absolutely from the Heat offense today, and as long as we don't see a move to 4, hope on that. I do like the Heat.
Okay. Krabs, the boost at the top of the screen looks free, right? Let's pivot back over to DK. Let's see what boost he's talking about. I'm assuming I know. I'm assuming it's a triple-double boost. Oh, a different one. Jokic, Murray, and Butler, 20 points each, boosted to plus 100. Wow. So that's going 2 for 3. Javon, who's not scoring tonight?
I don't know. I think Jokic can score because I think, again, Heat defensively are probably going to go back to that same plan. I think we get similar things to what we saw in Game 2, and a lot of that's going to be like I think Jamal Murray is going to be a primary facilitator, and like Jokic still puts up numbers just because of the great passer that he is and the great playmaker that he is. But if I had to decide here, I think they're going to put him in the pick and roll a lot, and that they're going to force Jamal Murray to pass, so maybe he's the one that sells it. I also don't think Jimmy Butler is going to need to be that aggressive necessarily either. He's going to be more the facilitator role as well. So, I mean, I obviously think Jokic gets his. I wouldn't be so sure about Jamal and Jimmy.
Maybe it's Jimmy then.
Could be.
Maybe it's Jimbo.
Could be.
Okay. All right. Do you think this game goes under as well?
I don't know. I think after Game 3, where we saw that super low total start to come down. We have an even lower one now, but I mean, like we're talking about, I think defensively, like the Nuggets are not going to have the same amount of success on Heat shooters that they did in Game 1, and I do think the Nuggets have a little better of an offensive game plan as well that we saw kind of unfold. So I kind of lean the over. I think it's a little, I don't want to say fake sharp under kind of play, but I expect a little more offense here.
Okay. And who on the Prize Picks board looks weird to you? You want to take a peep at that real quick? Is there anybody who's throwing you off?
I don't know about anybody who's throwing you off, but I can tell you the favorite popular play of the day. I think they put Christian Brown on the board.
Did they?
After his first game of doing pretty much anything production-wise, 2 threes, minus 140. Sheesh. Yeah, that's probably not going to hang around too long on Prize Picks then. So get that in while you can. But, I mean, Christian Brown's going to be a very popular play today, I would say, after what he did last game. And, I mean, he was fantastic, so I completely understand why. But I still think in this game a lot of his impact is going to have to be on the defensive end. I think they'll have a much better game plan for him on the offensive side, which, I mean, it's 4.5 points, 7.5 PRA. So it's not like the bar is set incredibly high, but that's probably your weird little corpse square today.
Okay. Let's take a peep at Michael Porter's squares today. I have a feeling in my plums we might see MPJ get back on track tonight and do a little damage. He's only at 10.5 points. Let's check out some of his charts. I want to see what he's been doing. Yeah, hasn't really been playing much.
Well, yeah, because I mean, especially like in Game 3, it was Christian Brown taking a majority of his minutes.
Right. I mean, yeah, you couldn't take him out of the game.
Yeah. Really couldn't. I mean, they put him in the game for that reason because, I mean, especially like I said, defensively, MPJ has been one of the reasons the Heat shooters have been getting as many open looks as they did in the first handful of games. Christian Brown was fantastic energy-wise in every single defensive matchup that they put him in. So I'm not really sure. That's the I expect MPJ at some point to bounce back, and yeah, I'm not shocked there. But for MPJ, like you expect him to bounce back at some point, especially after everybody and their mother was on him in Game 3. The problem is just with him, you're also betting on him to get the minutes, which is very difficult.
Let's just say we wanted to throw Brown under PRA in here and then maybe an MPJ over, almost like a little stack, right? Because it kind of correlates, and I wouldn't hate doing that. So maybe a Brown under PRA, unless you want to take points. And then a Michael Porter Jr. backing him in some capacity. I'm all ears if you want to talk through this. Maybe we cut the shit and just go with points. Maybe he absolutely shows out and we actually see some effort from him on the glass and on defense, and maybe his rebound source. He's more than capable of getting 10 boards any given night. He's 7 feet tall. It's just maybe threes or 3-point attempts if they have those up. Let's say 6 threes attempted. Do they have his threes made up or no?
Probably
I don't think so.
right?
No. Okay. Do you like any of these? If you wanted to back him, how would you do it?
If I wanted to back MPJ, it's a tough one. I'd probably go like points and rebounds. That's probably what I would do.
Mm.
I mean, regardless, I think he's still going to have his impact on the boards. He kind of has to. But yeah, it's very difficult because this is like fading Brown and backing MPJ is basically betting on Mike Malone.
Mm.
Neither of these guys.
Okay. Well, I will say, though, that I kind of like pairing those two squares together, though. Brown under PRA and MPJ over points and rebounds.
That could be interesting. I don't know if anybody's ever hit a field goal missed under on Michael Porter Jr.
Field goals missed square? Is that what it's up there, 5.5?
That's actually
Holy
hilarious.
smokes. That'd be crazy.
The thing is, like, even if he comes in and has like a much bigger role, because he's just playing better, I assume he's going to shoot quite a bit more too. So I feel bad if you get the right read and you get the MPJ breakout game, but he goes 10 for 17.
Hey, not a shot that he does not like.
No,
Michael Porter Jr. Not a shot he doesn't
not
like.
at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I think I like this 3-pace. I kind of like it. What else can we put in here?
Let's see. Let's go back to the board.
Like maybe, do they have the what was that? End of last 6 minutes of the game square that they had up. Points at crunch time. They have that up again.
Points in crunch time. Yeah, there it is.
What about Jimmy over points at crunch time?
It's at 4.5.
It's high.
Could be it. What is it? The last 6?
Last 6 minutes.
Last 6 minutes? I mean, I don't mind Bam.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's been quite easily their best and most consistent offensive option. So, I mean, me personally, I know Jimmy's going to try and get to the free throw line, but I'd rather bet on Bam's aggressiveness when he's shown it on a consistent basis this series than Jimmy. Just me personally.
If you think they win, who's shooting the free throws?
I mean, that's for the Heat. It's a lot different because, I mean, it's going to be Jimmy at times. It'll be Gabe Vincent at times. Like, they're not afraid to give the ball to whoever if it's a late game free throw scenario to any of the guards, really. But Bam, I think, even like in games where they're struggling, like game 3 at the end, when they have no offensive options to turn to, it's been him just going to the rim because he's been successful against Jokic, as we kind of predicted here.
Sounds good. Chat, what is the most public Prize Pick square of the day today? What's the square you're seeing all over your feed? Javon, feel free to tap it as well. Chat, what's the most public square of the day today? What can we fade? Let me know. Jimmy Butler points, Sowers goals, grow up. Hey, we're doing a good job. At least you remembered his name.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some Jokic PRA a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see Jimmy points being a little public. Maybe we could take scariest bet on the board, Jokic under
I don't know if I can do it, man. I don't know if I can do it. Pull it up. Pull up Jokic's assists.
10.
Do you think he's going to be more of a – okay, so what did he do last game? Last game he did everything. Last game he had, 30, 10, and 10 or 30, 20, and 10?
Yeah, 30, 20, and 10. So, I mean, so what they did in game 3 is, like, usually they put him in, the free throw line in the paint and kind of give him the ball and let him facilitate from there. They took him out of the paint and put him at, the elbow-ish mid-range area and then gave him the ball there, and he was – hitting back cuts and everything else of other guys going to the rim, which made it pretty easy for him to facilitate from there. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a little different of a game plan where Spoelstra matches up a little differently out there, and that's going to force a lot more pick and roll from Jamal Murray. So I like his assist. Maybe if you don't want to directly fade Jokic, you could take Jamal Murray's assist. That could be the fade without the fade.
but you're thinking it might be more of a Jokic points day and not as much of an assist day from him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to back Jokic points, partially because I don't want to root for that, but also it's just I feel like that's been a run pure play every day, every game.
Sure.
Probably going to be again, if I had to guess.
Okay. Chat, what do you guys think about Jokic under assist, huh? Who's got the cojones to take it? I know I do.
What's Jamal Murray at, Josh?
Murray assists.
8.
Well, he's been soaring.
Yeah, he's kind of been soaring too.
Maybe it is a fade Jokic. Look, what did they do in game 2? How did the Heat have success limiting Jokic in game 2? Was when the Heat won game 2, was Jokic a points guy? Was he an assist guy?
No, he's a points. He dropped
He's
like
a points
40,
guy.
right? He dropped
Okay.
like 40 and had like 4 assists. So like
I think that's probably the game plan that Spoelstra is going to try to go back to, because whatever they did yesterday or last game just simply did not work. I mean, Jokic looked like he was playing against middle schoolers. Just being completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, they just I think they know that too, which is my concern. Jokic doesn't want to play iso ball, even if they put him on an island like they did for game 2. So they're probably going to do that a lot more. Just put him one-on-one with whoever's in the paint and make him score. But I feel like the pick and roll with Jamal Murray is going to be a bigger part of the equation to kind of limit that from the Mike Malone perspective.
Okay. W's. What do we got on here so far, Josh? Let's scroll to the top. We got Duncan over threes. I like that a lot. We got Brown and Porter stacked relatively, with Brown's under and Porter's over. Bam. I guess it's not technically a stack, but you guys know what I mean. It's like a correlation play. Bam, more than 2.5 points at the end of the game to close it out. Let's get 2 freaking huge dunks. All right. And Jokic assists. Do we want to put that in?
I mean, I don't know if I want to fade that, but honestly, I'd rather just take the no triple double at that point on the books.
Okay.
Because that's
so. Why don't we just make this a 4-piece and call it a day?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm down.
Okay. Chat, 4-piece for tonight's NBA Finals. Hold the fry. Duncan Robinson, more than 1.5 threes. Christian Brown, less than 7.5 PRA. Michael Porter Jr., more than 16.5 points and rebounds. And Bam, more than 2.5 crunch time points. Keep balling, Bam. Keep doing your thing. All right. Keep your head down. Don't listen to the haters. You're balling. All right. Yeah. Any Strus comments before we move on to baseball?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I took Duncan Robinson more so, because I think offensively, Strus struggled against the looks that they were showing him, and Duncan Robinson was really the only guy that was really pushing the envelope in a lot of these matchups and in the little dribble penetration handoffs. So I like Duncan to be to share some Strus minutes today, which is why I don't love Strus, but it's always tricky with the Heat shooters. I mean, if one of them gets hot, they're going to get the minutes and they're going to get the looks. So hoping that's Duncan today.
W's.
Which also, I mean, for that over, Duncan is definitely not the defender that Strus is. So it's probably going to pick up the tempo a little bit on both sides.
All right, boys. Let's go talk some MLB. Jays DFA'd Anthony Bass. No way. Wow. Holy smokes. All right, chat. Before we dive into the MLB slate, got plenty to talk about today. Make sure you guys download SeatGeek and use our promo code BOOKIT to get $20 off your first purchase. Why not? First of all, you should be using SeatGeek anyways because the tickets are cheap on there. Second of all, you get a free $20 off. All you got to do is plug in the promo in settings. It takes 3 seconds. I've done it. $20 off. Promo code BOOKIT on SeatGeek. I know you guys are going to the freaking park this weekend. I know you're going. Okay? Buy your tickets on SeatGeek. Use our promo and save some money. All right? Why not us? Why not us? All right, chat? Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Keeping tabs on college baseball. Yes, sir. We'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about that as well this afternoon. For now, let's dive into the MLB. All right? Arizona versus Detroit. First game of the day today. Merrill Kelly versus Lorenzen. Lorenzen plus 130 in this game. I freaking bet, dude. Line's moved probably about 10 cents towards Arizona. I don't love anything in this game. I think I lean Tigers, but I don't know if I want to fade the Snakes right now. That total's moving down, though. I think Lorenzen might pitch okay. I think he might pitch okay.
Yeah, this under is probably one of the core plays of the day that I've seen, which I totally understand why, because, Lorenzen's been fantastic. For the Tigers, he's been one of the biggest bright spots, if not the biggest bright spot in their rotation, and Merrill Kelly just continues to go out there and shove. So I don't necessarily want to go with the under, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get just a little Merrill Kelly masterpiece against this lineup, which it scares me because not only is the under corp, Merrill Kelly props are super corp. So I don't know which way it's going to be. It feels like a game to me where it's a pitching masterclass for a bit, and then we see something break open late. I don't know which way I really lean with that, though, to be honest with you.
Damn, ESPN got rid of Neil Everett? No way.
Yeah, dude, I tweeted about that the other day, or yesterday, when I saw the
when did that happen?
tweet about it. I don't know. Well, they're going through like a period of layoffs, and I saw the tweet saying that he was one of the first one leaving because they were downsizing, their staff or whatever. But Neil, man, that was tough.
That's wild. He's one of my favorites, him and SVP.
Yeah, bartender. Man.
I guess they got to pay big man, whatever his name is, McAfee.
Yeah, McAfee's
pay big man McAfee. They got to cut all these other old dudes. Sad. Holy smokes. Stan and Neil late night helped raise me, literally, Matt. SVP is him, yes. Not going to say we're best friends or anything, but me and SVP do go to the same beach in the summer. How about him? I've seen him there. His tall, lengthy ass. He's huge.
Yeah.
He's huge. What a beast. SVP's the GOAT. Just going to leave that out there. He's the GOAT. If they get rid of him, I will not watch ESPN anymore, except for PLL.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Texas, Tampa. Let's freaking go. Josh, pull up the projected starters for this series. Chat. If you're not hyped for this series, I don't know what to tell you. You might need to go talk to a doctor because this is the two best teams in baseball right now. Hottest offense versus the best team. And we've got Heaney versus Glasnow today. Eovaldi versus Bradley. Oh, man, they pushed back McClanahan. That's so beat.
Well, they pushed back. It was because they pushed back Glasnow to today.
Okay.
So that's why I forget who it was. Yanni Chirinos started yesterday, so they can have the big three going this weekend in this series, which I don't mind at all. It's going to be a really good series.
All right. Well, let's talk about the first game of the series tonight. Heaney versus Glasnow. How have you guys been hitting against lefties?
They're still one of the best in the league.
Okay.
So holding steady there. Rangers are also still one of the best in the league, just period, but second in the league so far in WRC plus against righties. So definitely teams in their strength, good pitchers on the mound, but on both sides, pitchers that allow a lot of barrels, which is probably why you see 8 to 8.5 here. It's like even if a lot of these both of these starters pitch pretty well, I think there's going to be some shots ahead over the wall. Like it's one of those scenarios. So like my favorite prize pick square of the day is Tyler Glasnow over 4 hits allowed, which the strikeout upside is also always there with Tyler Glasnow, and I think he can pitch absolutely fine here. The number is a little low because he's been limited to between like 80 and 85-ish pitches in those first two starts. And I look at the Rangers lineup and they're just going to sit on fastballs realistically. And that's exactly what Tyler Glasnow doesn't want to see from a lineup, and that's exactly why he's given up as much hard contact as he has, like that Max Muncy home run that still hasn't landed. That was in that crazy series with the Dodgers in the Trop. So I think he has a little bit of trouble here. Again, even if he does pitch okay, especially with all the lefties in the Rangers lineup, which he's been absolutely immaculate against righties. I know he's only been up for a couple of starts this season, but this year and even the little bit of appearances he made last year, been really good against righties. The slutter has been absolutely amazing, which is why he's so difficult to face from the right-handed side. But the guys who are going to do damage for the Rangers, Seager, Lau, guys who can run into fastballs too and send them a long way. Grossman, Leody Taveras has been very good. Jonah Heim's been very good. A lot of lefties. So I think he gives up some Turks, but Heaney on the other side kind of does the same thing. And he's been very solid because he hasn't played a real team in a month or faced a real team in a month. So
good point.
I expect a couple of these pitchers to give up some turkeys.
Okay. Yeah, I like the over in that game. Are your Rays winning or no?
If I had to pick a side, it would definitely be the Rangers.
Wow. Plus
But-
150.
Yeah, but I will say, I mean, even though it is Glass now Heaney, it does seem like a little bit high of a price for the Rays, which could be a little telling, which is why I'm definitely not just good as the Rays, but I don't want to get involved in a side there. I just think we see runs.
Yeah, do they actually call that pitch a slutter?
Yeah, he does.
Huh. It was a slider cutter?
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Okay.
I guess like now it's like a sweeper, but with velocity. I don't know. It's there's like intricate differences that I don't really know, but that was Glass now himself designated it as the slutter.
Okay. W's.
Yeah.
Funny name. Capitalized Boys, Party at 24. Thanks for coming in. Just saw that. W's. Appreciate it. Obi-Wan Kenobi. W name. Sub bang 18 months. I'm only subscribing because of BTL, not Trent's, and Bakery Kanji Super Goats Day 194. But yes. Okay. Well, I appreciate the support, my man. All right. And I have a feeling Trent's getting close. All right. He might be hitting one of these soon. I bet. Goonie coming in with a sub bang, 12 months. Happy 1 year, beast. Blaine coming in with a sub bang as well. Fire me up. We got PLL tonight. Let's freaking go, Blaine. Let's go, Blaine. He gets it. DY's 21, 8 month sub bang. Let's freaking go, boys. Let's freaking go. All right, Dubs. Guys, if you're not betting on the PLL tonight and taking our winners and watching these games on ESPN Plus, what are you doing? Put it on at the pregame. All right. Get your buddies hit before you guys go out. Look smart. Give them a winner. And they're all going to want to freaking start betting PLL.
Yeah.
All right. Underdogs pay. Overs hit. If you're a guy like Mikey who likes taking overs, not like me, but if you're like Mikey, you take a little bit of an over. 3-1 in the first weekends. This game's going to be electric. I'm stoked. Make sure you guys come by and watch the stream, 6 p.m. Eastern on Chelly's Twitch channel. All right. Kobe said, betting PLL for the first time tonight. Let's freaking go. You better not jinx me, Kobe. You better not jinx me.
Devin here spitting too, man. Spitting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've seen a single Archer slip in my life today.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
A lot of smart people I respect, though, on the Chrome. So
hey,
I don't really know what I'm going to do.
We're getting the goal, man. We're getting the goal. That's all we need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, boys, let's keep moving. Royals, Baltimore. Tyler Wells dead. I bet. Minus 180. My goodness. Javon, thoughts on this game? Thoughts on that fat spread?
Yeah.
Fat amount?
I do really like the Orioles matchups against Daniel Lynch. And, I mean, Tyler Wells has been fantastic in his last handful of starts, especially somebody who's benching his strikeouts. His stuff has looked pretty sharp, especially the off speed. So I really don't know if I want to lay, the minus 180 here. But, I mean, this game is making me think that the Orioles just roll in this one. So I don't know how exactly I want to get involved there, if at all. But definitely not even thinking about taking the trophies today.
How about that total down from 9 to 8?
I know. It's just making me think that it's like 6-7-1.
Someone's pitching better than we expect today. Maybe it's Lynch, but you're probably right with the money line moving towards Baltimore. Maybe it's just a Tyler Wells legacy game and Orioles win 6-1. Yep, I'm with you. All right, lean the under, chat. Lean the under for sure. Boston versus the Yanks. Let's freaking go, chat. Been a while since we've seen Red Sox Yanks. Yanks are playing pretty good ball right now. Boston not so much. Javon. That opener was a little short, I will say, but now Garrett Cole's sitting at minus 150. Do you think that's Red Sox versus Yankees tax in games that are usually closer than they should be? What's going on here? I think the Yankees with Garrett Cole in the bump at minus 154 looks pretty damn free to me.
I don't know. I still think I think it's still a little short, even with the move, to be honest with you, especially looking at, I know some of the lines are close, which is why we took them, but the respect that we were seeing the Red Sox get in really the last couple of weeks, but even in that Guardian series. So, I mean, the Yankees, they've been in weird spots line-wise, with everything going on with Aaron Judge. They obviously had a doubleheader and struggled against the White Sox for parts of those games. So, I mean, the lines have been weird for them, I guess you could say, on a consistent basis. But Garrett Cole, I know some guys like Devers at the top of that lineup absolutely own him, but the Red Sox have been really, really struggling. to put together any sort of consistency, even if you talk about the bullpen, which has been either lights out some days, like the day we took them, or just downright awful, like last night. I mean, I know it was Corey Kluber and his little, like, they really just wanted him to stay out there and take the beating so they could have a rested bullpen. But, I mean, it's really bad in some spots. So, see this minus 150 still, I think, a little telling. I'm a big Whitlock fan, so I lean him here.
Okay. Yankees are the most public play by far on a money line, less than minus 200. Okay, by far. They've got 85% of bets, 94% of handle right now on this. And crazy, not surprising. Garrett Cole's pitching, right? Somebody in chat said, I doubt people want to back the Yanks offense with no Judge. Brother, it's the Yankees.
Yeah.
They're public every single night. Okay, there's literally a thing called the Yankee tax that people have done studies of the Yankees being too much of a favorite because they know that people are going to bet it anyways because they're the Yankees for no reason. Just losing coin, just pissing it away. You might as well rip it in half. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah, give me the Red Sox. Give me the over in this game. I'm with you. What about the Dodgers and the Phillies? Is this the square over that's going to hit? That's what I'm thinking.
Certainly could be. This is a weird one, too, because you have the Dodgers who I don't really know what the public thinks of them because they, I don't know where they are necessarily with the Reds. And the Dodgers just lost that series with two heartbreaking, but for Red supporters like myself, amazing wins. With the walk-offs, and they just shut them off with Kershaw yesterday against Ashcraft, which is probably exactly what should happen. Going up against a Phillies team who that lineup, I know they struggled yesterday, even on the backs of a Zach Wheeler no-hitter. The offense didn't really put anything together until the last couple innings, but Phillies team is really starting to heat up. Their lineup is starting to put it together. June Schwarber looks like he's here. Trey Turner looks great. Castellanos looks great. I mean, that lineup is scary right now. So I usually am the Dodgers are at a very short price here, even when it's on the road. Seems a little suspicious, but you do have Michael Grove coming off the IL, which whenever he does that, randomly turns into the best pitcher of all time. And the Dodgers have been absolutely destroying any lefty that anybody throws at them, aka, I know Ranger Suarez is not Brandon Williamson, but what they did to him was absolutely veil. Like, I don't even know what happened there. That was destruction. That was illegal. But I don't think Ranger Suarez pitches well in the slightest today. And Grove, even if he's a little shaky and probably has somewhat of a limit coming off the IL, he's probably going to pitch all right enough, I think. So I like the Dodgers.
Yeah, Ranger Suarez is terrible. Dodgers don't mind facing lefties one bit. Are they public? Yep, but they're the Dodgers. Okay, they're like the new Yankees. They're literally public every single freaking day.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Line's moved maybe 5 cents towards the Dodgers. Nothing crazy. All right. I probably lean the Dodgers as well with you, but I like the over better. I think we get runs from both sides. Okay. A little square of me, but I do like it. All right. What about what game? Mets versus Pittsburgh. Okay. Have we heard a lot of Pittsburgh talk today? Because they're a favorite now. This is crazy. Are they public? Are they trendy, Javon? Have you been seeing people you don't want to see on them? What's the vibe? I need to know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen too much about this game personally, but I can only assume that, the Mets on this, I know it was the Braves, so like how much can you really call it a slide at this point? But they blew, three-run leads in a row in those couple games. And I know it's Rich Hill on the mound, but this is the Mets team who's, been struggling, and they have no Pete Alonso for the foreseeable future. So like I don't see a world where they're going to be an extremely popular underdog, even against the Pirates and Rich Hill. So that's kind of the approach I take. I don't know if I want to quite back them just yet, but I do think this is maybe a little cautious, fake sharp Pirates move personally. But I don't know. What do you think about that game?
I want to keep fading the Mets. I talked about this a lot at the beginning of the season. Last year, try to get cute, fade all these streaks, fade all these trends. It doesn't work in baseball. If anything, be smart and back these trends until they end. Straight up. Fade the Mets until they win a game, because right now they are incapable of closing out a single one. All right. And I want you guys to listen to this interview with Buck Showalter for about the first 35-ish seconds. Weird answer talking about the Mets after they blew their third game in a row to the Braves in this series to get swept and lose their sixth game in a row. Let's listen to Buck and what he had to say.
About the resolve of this group. What is the challenge when you have losses like this piling up of keeping the right mindset as a group?
I think tonight's game was an indication of that, and the second game here, and the first game here. Guys came in here and competed. They're as good as you want to see. Scored 10 runs tonight against one of the best pitchers in the league, and I'm real proud of them. There's a lot of opportunities there to hold the tent. These guys aren't going to do that, and
Proud of what?
down, and they don't. I'm proud of them. I look at it as positive, other than we just ran out of. Couldn't get outs. Used every bullet we had.
That's a shit org.
That's a shit org, and that's a shit interview. How do you blow 3 straight games when you're winning by more than 3 runs in a series and then go in after the media and tell them that you're proud of your team? What the fuck is that?
That's the definition of a shit org.
Yeah. Nothing's going to change. The Mets will still Met. They will never win or come through or respect corn. All right? Don't you forget it, chat. Don't you forget it. W's.
It's because I wore the jersey on stream.
You got the Jays jersey on today. Huh?
Probably didn't help.
Yeah. More so the celebration of yesterday's W win.
Let's freaking go. Blue Jays came through the signs. You saw Brazilian Blue Jays in the yard. Next thing you know, they're winning.
Didn't see any today, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Fade accordingly, chat. You guys heard it here first. What are you liking today, Trap?
I'm staying away from the NBA. I mean, I'm probably gonna have a play in the NBA Finals, but not whaling it. MLB though. I heard you talking Doyers.
Sure.
I like Doyers.
You like you like the Doyers?
I do.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Groves pitching. He's got an 8 ERA. People in chat are saying he sucks. I mean, he has sucked. Javon pointed out that whenever he comes back from the IL, I guess he's pitched pretty darn well. So maybe he just needs a little regroup, and he'll bounce back today against Ranger Suarez, who is dog shit.
Yeah. I don't even think he has to pitch that well, to be honest with you. It's just I think they destroy Ranger Suarez.
100%. I like the over in that game, too.
All right. Good to know. I'm labbing my POD right now as we speak. So
good. And congrats on the Panthers last night. What a comeback that was.
What a game.
My goodness.
What a game.
Chuck, your guy.
Points.
Dude, that
your
was
guy.
I couldn't have asked for the only thing I could have asked for more was that he was on the ice for that legacy overtime bang. But
yeah, he had a concussion. I guess I got to keep him out for a little bit at least.
If you got a point in OT, dude, for 3 points on the night, I would have been so bricked. But we'll take 2.
Crazy.
100%. 100%. Legacy comeback. W's Trent. Feel free to stick around or pop back up or whatever. I know the model's competing right now, though. You're very busy.
Computing.
Very busy. Sure.
There we go.
Computing. I bet.
Huge.
POD Pete on them, too? Are you talking about the Dodgers?
The Dodgers? I could see that.
Wow.
He's been a big proponent of Dodgers against lefties, so that makes sense.
Okay. On Twins now. Thanks, Fade God.
I mean, yeah, that's not bad. I actually do kind of like the Twins. If you want to,
let's talk about them.
Talk about that game. Yeah, it's an interesting spot because the Twins' offense has been, frankly, pretty dog shit, and a lot of it's not their fault. It's been a lot of injuries and guys in and out of the lineup. So I'm interested to see who they go with today, up against Kikuchi, a lefty, who their lineup is pretty much built on platoon guys. And I hate to say it, but our man Kyle Garlick, he has been the platoon guy against lefties, and he's been dog shit. So I've seen. I was looking at it today because he's up for half a total base today, and I'm going to take it because I look on Twitter and I was looking up just to see the reaction to what he's been doing lately, and it's a lot of pissed Twins fans because they've been putting him into pinch hit for Kirilloff most likely or most commonly when a lefty comes in, and he's like 1 for his last 15 or something crazy. So they got him up for half a base, and he's up for 1.5 strikeouts, which usually is a bad sign. But I'm going to take that under too, just because I think he gets a base hit, and he likely gets platooned for against the bullpen after. So I think a lot of this Twins lineup, not just Garlick, has a pretty good day against Kikuchi. And Sonny Gray on the backside is a guy who started to fade a little bit from his early little Cy Young start, and I think he comes back and pitches well against the Blue Jays lineup that is very inconsistent. as far as a lot of the at-bats they put up, and Sonny Gray is a perfect pitcher for that, to just nibble at the corner and force him into a lot of weak contact into the ground. So I do like the Twins today, and I like that move too.
I'm getting attacked by gnats in my backyard right now. It's the gnats today. Could be. That could be a sign.
Hilarious.
Could be a sign. Yeah, give me the Twins today. Lines come down 20 cents. I'm probably not going to play it, but I definitely lean the Twins with you. All right? And a little dash of garlic, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
I haven't heard that in a while. I probably could have told you he wasn't doing shit.
Well, yeah. He's also using the minors for a while.
Yep.
I'll back it up, yeah. But
100%. Yeah, before we move, wanted to talk about Manoah and this tweet from Jack Barry last night, kind of analyzing what he thinks is going on with Manoah. And it's not rocket science. We'll scroll through a little bit. But what he's thinking is Manoah cannot keep up with the pitch clock. He throws 5 pitches now in the same time he used to throw 3 pitches. And he's not able to recover as fast, not only after the games because he's so freaking tired from working quicker during them, but also in between pitches is what Jack was saying. He doesn't have time to freaking relax after each pitch, walk around the mound, get a new ball, take your time with the new rules. And he's got to throw away more pitches in a shorter time span, which can lead to some mechanical issues and indifferences in the mechanics, aka inconsistencies with how he's pitching. Okay, and that's resulting in shit pitches. Okay, I'm not saying Manoah needs to get in shape by this tweet, and that's kind of the vibe that I was getting from it. But I think it's more he needs to just adjust to the faster pitch clock and the new game, because if he doesn't, they're going to leave him behind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to just keep taking digs at the man because I'm sure he's had it enough at this point, but he does need to lose weight. He does. And I think that's that's secretly, like, a lot of people are talking about him going to the Florida Complex League. And it's so, they can use like the advanced analytics for his mechanics. I'm going to tell you right now, part of the reason, yes, it is that, but it's also so they can put him on a little diet plan and they can use some of the mechanic things they have there. They have like BMI programs and composition, like management things. All that's what they had down at spring training facilities. So I think that's also part of the reason they want to get him healthy to a point where he can actually pitch. So
he doesn't look like he just ran a half marathon after the second inning.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. So I mean, it's not really a dig at him saying that he's like too out of shape to fit, too out of shape to pitch. Yeah.
You can only be. Hey, you didn't hear Bartolo Colon getting chirped when he was dealing. If anything, he was praised.
Hey, if he had the pitch clock, though, respectfully, I don't know if we're doing the same.
No Bartolo slander.
No, we love Bartolo. Love Bartolo.
None. Every once in a while, I remember that home run he hit in San Diego in left field. Unbelievable. He'd be dead. You're probably right. Unfortunately, he probably would have a heart attack.
Yeah, he'd be retiring a little earlier. We'll say that. But yeah,
unbelievable. Get Manoah on a goddamn treadmill, chat. Get him working. Get him active. All right. Maybe he comes back and figures it out. Hopefully he comes back so your season-long entry is alive.
Yeah, he'll be back. We just need 2 starts. He'll be okay. I'm not sending him down all season. They can't really afford to do that. So,
yep.
I'm not too worried.
Yep. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving, chat. We got about 20 minutes. Okay. Houston versus Cleveland. It's about time we start giving Logan Allen some goddamn respect. It's time. All right. This kid is nasty. He's nasty. And nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. L video. I'm sure it'll get better, though. Logan Allen is absolutely dominating from the left sides and is one of the best left-handed starting pitchers in baseball right now up to this point. All right. I would not mind backing him with that money line coming down on Cleveland, who's almost a pick 'em now against the Houston Astros, who have kind of been struggling recently. We're seeing the Guardians start to get going, right? They're starting to finally score, put up some good at-bats. J-Ram's starting to get going. The offense is no longer in REM sleep like they were in the first month and a half of the season. Houston right now, I think they've lost 4 or 5. They're struggling. They're not scoring too much. Faded them yesterday. I would not mind going back to the well and fading them once again against a great lefty with Javier on the bump. And I'll tell you what, I probably thought the opener itself was even a little bit short. Now that the line's come down 30 cents, it is crazy with Javier on the bump for Houston. Give me Cleveland ML. Love this play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you no because I don't know that I want to bet the Astros, but it does seem it makes a little more sense when this is the Astros lineup without Jordan because he's probably going to the IL. But like I do think Logan Allen, as much as I am a Logan Allen fan, like he needs to command every single pitch pristinely, which he has to this point in the season. So I think that could have a little bit of trouble against an Astros lineup that even without Jordan, very patient. You talk about the top of that lineup, they command really long and really good at bats. So if anything is just a slight tick off of Logan Allen today, I think he's going to struggle early and often. So I don't know that I necessarily want to fade the Astros in the spot. Also feels almost overly obvious with this down to a pick 'em now. So I don't know what to do with this game. I don't want to fade them, but not talking you off the Guardians necessarily either.
Okay. All right. Not super confident in my guy Logan Allen. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I do think they win, and I think the Guardians continue to get better, and the Astros are slumping right now. But yeah, it does make a little bit more sense with Alvarez and with the way Houston's been playing. Both teams have been playing, right?
Yeah. Somebody did say a gross over, and I kind of like it. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, I don't think Christian Javier is going to pitch fantastic today, to be real with you. I think the Guardians are going to get to him a little bit. Somebody mentioned, which it makes sense because the Guardians do not strike out a lot, but 4.5 Ks, they're going to put a lot of balls into play against them. Whether it's going to turn into runs, don't really know. I don't love backing the Guardians offense after what they did yesterday, but I think Logan Allen is in for getting touched up a little bit in his start too. So wouldn't mind that gross over.
Okay. Don't hate it one bit. It has moved a little bit towards the under the juice has from the 110, both sides opener, but who gives a hoot?
Yeah.
Who gives a hoot? Let's talk about AJ Smith Shawver, Javon. A lot of people might not know who this kid is. I did a little bit of research on him. I let the people know what's going on. This kid's 20 years old, beast. Not his MLB debut, but his first MLB start of the season. He had two 1/3 scoreless relief innings earlier this year in Arizona. He's the 4th-rated prospect in the Braves organization. Throws high 90s, got good stuff, got a good slider. Was actually about to go to Texas Tech and play quarterback. But decided to go pro right away. Now he's here, about to make his first MLB start at 20 years old. Seems like he might have made the right call there, although that would have been pretty cool and fun if he was the QB there. I like Atlanta here to win big. I don't know how I want to back them, but Josiah Gray should not be plus 170 against a guy making his MLB debut. I don't care how bad our offense has been. I don't care how bad our bullpen's been. I don't care how good the Braves offense has been. Don't give a shit. I don't. The fact that Josiah Gray, who has been – nobody's talking about it, but one of the best pitchers in baseball over the last 2 months, straight up, look it up, watch him pitch. It's true. This is insane, this line. And I know the Nats suck. And our bullpen probably will fuck this game up and lose it for us because they are the worst bullpen I've ever seen besides the A's. Okay, they're number 2 all-time worst bullpen I've ever seen behind the A's this season as well. Okay, and yeah, let's talk about that total a little bit too. That total's high as heck for a game Josiah's pitching in. And I know it's Shawver's, MLB debut and all, but my goodness, this total's high. The Braves are getting mad respect, even more than I expected with how hot they've been and how cold we've been. Javon, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Josiah Gray, I don't want to say he's been bad because, he certainly hasn't, but some of the command issues are slightly starting to creep back in. If you watch, I know you've been watching some of his starts, but he hasn't quite commanded, and that's not an intentional pun, but commanded the same domination of at-bats, or at least domination of the strike zone that we saw early on the season, which made him so good out of the gate. So, against this Braves offense, that's obviously going to be a massive issue. So I think, not adding to the fact that they've seen him a ton. I know he's changed into a little bit different of a pitcher since then, definitely improved quite a bit, especially on the home run ball, but they've seen him quite a bit, starting to creep back into some of the issues with the strike zone he's had. So I do think their offense has a really good day. And what are you going to get from Smith Shawver? I don't think he's going to pitch all that long. I would assume that he's in for one of those shorter starts, shorter leash, maybe like 4, maybe 5 if he's pitching really, really well.
Okay.
But yeah, I do think that the over is a pretty decent look here. Get some offense from both sides. I'm with it.
Okay. Yeah, Josiah had a 2.67 ERA in April. He had a 2.89 ERA in May. He had a bad start in June. All right, you're right. He did not look sharp. He had a couple walks, gave up 4 runs against the red-hot Phillies in his last start. And to be honest, he has not faced Atlanta as much as I thought. I just looked it up right now, obviously in the same division. The guy who's seen him the most is Austin Riley with 10 at-bats, and he's 1 for 10 against them. So he honestly has pitched well against this Braves lineup in an insanely small sample size, besides everyone else not named Ozzie Albies, who's 3 for 7 against them, great, and Darno, who's 2 for 4 against them. Everyone else is half the roster is over in a couple of bats, handful of bats, nothing crazy. It doesn't even matter. Okay, matters maybe a little bit. He's good against these guys, and he's getting better. Yes, I'm worried about his last start. Maybe that's why the Braves are minus 200, because we're going to get the bad Josiah for another start. We know he's 2 different pitchers. I'm with you on that, but he has been one of the best pitchers in baseball over the last 2 months, taking out that start in Philly.
Yeah.
It's been a beast.
Fair enough.
Beast.
Yeah.
What do you think about that over?
Yeah, I like the over. That's because I kind of don't mind the Nationals offense too in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and just had one of those appearances. Yeah, that's kind of what's
Also
creeping.
a great point.
Massive letdown spot. This is one of their most emotional series wins. Probably the most emotional series win that they've had all season. So backing them off of that is a little scary, and maybe that plays into the price a little bit. But I do like the Nats offense to score too. So I do like the over there.
Okay. I'm with you. Good point there. Braves just swept the Mets. They're on cloud 9. The Nats suck, right? Coming into town. Atlanta has still been home, right? Fat and happy, comfortable. Maybe the Nats get going. Nats 9. Okay. I mean, yeah, if they can't win this game with Josiah Gray on the mound against Shawver in his MLB debut, they're not going to win any games this series. Sorry. Very true. Let's get the bats going, boys. Come on, Nats. Love it. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. We got 10 minutes. Any games late night that you really want to talk about? I want to talk about the Cubs San Fran real quick before we do squad rot.
Okay.
Stroman, I want to fade the living heck out of him. I'm just going to say it. Totals moved up from 7 to 8. Maybe it's the over. I don't know. Maybe it's the Giants' money line. I don't know. Josh Lafani's been terrible. Stroman actually has been probably the best pitcher in the league over the last month or so. He's been insane, even striking out Soto and doing the Soto shuffle, hitting it with him right in his face as Soto stares and watches as he angrily walks to the dugout. I mean, honestly, this is pretty hilarious. I'll give him that. But as a Soto fan, it breaks my heart. He probably deserves it. Look at him. I mean, what can you even say when you're hitting like this? He's like, okay. You know Soto's a gamer. He loves this shit. And Stroman tweeted out and said, I mean no beef. I'm just celebrating like hitters do. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I want to fade the living fuck out of Stroman, though. And I don't think the baseball gods are going to like this Soto shuffle very much either. We know how they are. They're old school. They're boomers, right? They probably won't like him showing up Soto and hitting him with the shuffle himself. Okay? Give me the over or give me the Giants. What do you like the best?
I probably like the Cubs the best.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I think the Giants have been so good against right-handed pitching and just good in general lately. They've been incredible. Their bullpen's actually been, it started off as being like the weak point of their team. It's been amazing as of lately. So it's hard for me to say that this line is strange in favor of the Giants when it's sitting at almost a pick up, even with a move. I thought that opener was a little strange. I definitely will say that. So I do lean the Cubs. But again, anytime I bet on the Cubs, their bullpen comes in and blows it. And when they have a significant bullpen disadvantage, which is shocking to say at this point, I feel like you got to go first 5, if anything here. So it's probably my lean. Wouldn't be surprised if the Giants tuck in late with some magic. But I do want to back Stroman.
Do you like the over or no?
I definitely lean that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Any game with the Cubs, I can't take the under, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, even then they've been printed on them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes.
I'm with you. Okay. The over is getting 68% of bets, 98% of handle. Reminds me of last night's over in the Cubs game, which was the worst bet of all time. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I got PTSD. All right, chat. You know what time it is. Let's freaking go. Let's get some W's in chat. Let's get some W's going. It's a squad ride time. It's time to bounce back. All right, chat. 2 straight L's. I like our chances today. 2 straight L's. I like our chances today. All right. 93, 59, and 3. Can we keep the L's in the 50s this week, please? Can we keep the L's in the 50s? I would love to hit 100 wins and rip off 7 wins in a row before we get 60 L's. All right, chat, let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Need a bounce back like we need air. Okay? Chat, I would not be opposed to putting a PLL play in the squad ride. I'm just going to go ahead and get that out there. You let me know your thoughts about that in chat. Okay? For now, let's put in some MLB plays we like and potentially the Heat. Do you want to put the Heat in there?
Yeah, I thought put the Heat in there.
Okay. Put the Heat in there for the first time this series, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very picky. Very picky. What else baseball-wise, Javon? We had some good reads.
We did.
We had some good reads. Dodgers ML.
Yeah, I'm fine putting the Dodgers in there.
Dodgers ML. You don't want to take Cleveland?
I mean, not really, to be honest with you.
Okay. What about the Nats over?
I'm cool with the Nats over. You can put that on.
Okay. Nats over, Dubs. Any other baseball plays you have to put in? I know we didn't talk about a couple of the late ones, so let me know.
Yeah.
Feel free to scroll through.
Twins.
Twins.
Yeah, I like the Twins.
Okay. I'm down to put the Twins in there. And then do we want to put a PLL play in there?
We can, yeah.
Chat, what are we thinking? Do we fade Mikey overs? Turn our backs on him? And fade everyone's play on the Chrome? What do we do? What do we do? Do we take the freaking Water Dogs because it's a winner against my team? Do we take that? What do you guys think? Archers plus 1.5? We could take that Redwoods face-off play, but that would be the quickest squad ride ever, Chad. I don't know if you guys want to. I don't know if you guys want to ride that for a squad ride.
That can be an unofficial one. We're all taking and riding.
100%. 100%. No PLL. I kind of want PLL in there though, chat. What the heck? What the heck? We want something that's green. Well, it's green.
Yeah.
It's green. Let's put the Water Dogs in there.
Let's do it.
They're winning today. And that's against my Redwoods, chat. I would love to get a squad ride PLL play. That's all I'm going to say. All right, boys. 5 plays, 5 winners. Heat plus 3.5. Dodgers ML. Nats over. Minnesota money line. And the Water Dogs ML against my freaking Redwoods. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Chat, the poll should be up in the Twitch. All right, hurry up. Go, 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 go. Go vote. Go now. Hurry up. We're running out of time. We got 3 minutes. Go, 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 go. Vote now. Go vote. Javon, what are your favorite Prize Pick squares of the day?
Yeah, definitely Glass Now over Hits Allowed is my favorite one. Then Alec Burleson, who we didn't really get to talk about, but talk about that a little bit. Want to make sure he's in the lineup there. It's my favorites.
Hey. Okay. Chat, we also crafted up that little NBA 4-piece, which we'll post on BTL after the show. Okay? Feel free to tell that tonight. Make sure you guys get your votes in for the squad ride. Hurry up. Go, go, go. There's no time. Not enough Water Dogs love here. Disrespect. It looks like the people want the Dodgers like they want air today, Javon. My goodness. This is crazy. 82 votes for the Dodgers ML. This might be a record, Chad. Are we going to get 100 votes?
Who knows?
Chad, we might get 100 votes. My goodness. I kind of want to see it. I'm here for it. Get your votes in, chat. This is a democracy. Every vote counts, unless I don't like it. And then I'll make a change. Okay? It's a democracy until you guys don't put a PLL play in there, and then I'm going to put it in.
There you go.
Unbelievable.
Somebody said what? Do I like Alex Kirilov's matchup today? I don't know if he's going to play, which is kind of why I was talking about Garlic, because he might be playing in place of him, because he usually gets platooned.
Let's go, Capwise Nick.
There we go.
128 votes for the Dodgers. This is a record, chat. Let's freaking go. We've been getting more people in here watching, getting people engaged, asking questions in chats. No, I'm not Megalodon in the Dodgers chats. You will know when I have a Megalodon, okay? We're not doing Megalodons based off of a squad ride poll. Okay. I love where your head's at. I love the energy, the enthusiasm, but I can't do it. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Unbelievable. Crabs, overtime Megan. I bet.
Yeah.
I'm not overtime Megan a play until it comes to me. All right. Cannot rush it. All right, chat. It's obviously the Dodgers on the ML today. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? All right. We all know Trent's riding, as he should. You guys should all be tailing the squad rides responsibly every single day for at least a unit. Okay. Why not? Why not? And Javon, real quick, we got about 30 seconds. TCU baseball today. What's the cinch?
Seems to be everybody's favorite play, which kind of worries
I
me.
know.
Kind of worries me. But yeah, I think it's the Frogs. Probably not going to lay minus 200 on it myself, but they should come out. They should dominate the series. I think they win it too.
Okay. Dubs. Let's freaking go. Chat, let's have one heck of a night. Okay, why not us? It's the weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Okay, bet responsibly. Let's win. All right. It starts with the squad ride tonight. Dodgers ML. We got some PLL action. Make sure you guys tune in to Chelly's Twitch channel, 6 p.m. Eastern, to sweat out and watch the PLL game on stream. All right, 2.5 hour stream. We'll get it going. We're gonna sweat it out. I'll get prize picks out for you guys. We can all squad ride PLL bets ourselves this afternoon. All right, little side squad ride to go with the Dodgers ML.
There we
Okay,
go.
chat. W week, WBTL. Let's get some W's going in chat. Stick around for the Surge stream. All right. We'll catch you guys on here next week. Same time, same place.